Powered by the Zapata Brand Studio. This is Straight Outta Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Jersey Joe Zapata, and I'm here with the one and only Harvey Wippleman, aka Downtown Bruno himself. How you doing, my man?
Man, doing great. I'm happy to be here, but I'm jealous. I've been out there on my tractor on my property for the last month, and I thought I was tan, and now I'm looking at you now. Now I look like a daggum Eskimo. What the hell?
Now you're going to be up here in Parsippany, New Jersey, in May.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, Tommy Fierro's, what is it, the 80s wrestling con, I think?
Correct. I know a lot of
people. Yeah, I can't wait. Well, so will I get to meet you in person that day?
You'll get to meet me in person that day. I'm going to come over and see you.
Oh, I would be hurt if you didn't.
I will be there, so I'm looking forward to it. So I wanted to talk to you. You know, growing up, were you a wrestling fan?
Well, you know what? I became a wrestling fan when I got into business. You talk about growing up. I got into business when I was 14 years old. I'll be 61 this year. I've been in the business for 47 years. So I had no choice. I was a fan of paying the bill and making a living. So, yeah, but I love the business. I absolutely love the business. And when I first broke in, I didn't know it was predetermined. We never used the F word, predetermined. But we're literally my first 9 months in the business. I thought my name was Dumb M or Effer because I didn't know anything. So I learned. And now I get to meet good new friends like you, drink beer, eat chicken wings, and have fun and talk about the old days.
That's right, man. Now you look great. I mean, you took a lot of bumps. How's your body feel?
You know, really, for my age, I feel okay. Yeah, my lower back hurts, and this is no joke. The hardest part of my day, for real, is when I put my socks on in the morning. And I'm serious. I'm not trying to be funny because I've been in bed for 8 hours, whatever you sleep, and I'm still, stiffed up. Like when I wake up at 4 a.m, like any other man 50 and above does to, urinate and go back to bed. I have a hard time straightening up. So, but I mean, in general, I got a bunch of property here in Mississippi where I'm from, and I'm out working on my property constantly. I don't hire nobody to do it. I push the lawnmower, I ride the tractor, I dig the trenches, whatever I need to do. I just stay active, and I'm going to try to stay in the best shape I can, until the day comes where I'm in a nursing home or a wheelchair or, with the Lord. So
You were trained by the Mongols?
No, not the Mongol. Guido Mongol, which was Newton Taptree.
Okay.
And I broke in a couple of years later, but the same guy, Bill Eadie, who just went in WWE Hall of Fame as the Masked Superstar Demolition. We broke in together. I mean, roughly, he was 2 years ahead of me. He started in 77. I started in 79, but Guido broke us both in. Guido, that was Bill Eadie's first gimmick, was Bolo Mongol. Because Nikolai Volkov and Guido were the Mongols. Nikolai left to become Nikolai Volkov. So the next Mongol was Bill Eadie, who then became Masked Superstar, who then became Demolition.
Demolition, correct, 100%. When you started out wrestling and getting your feet wet, learning. So you said kayfabe. You didn't know it was not predetermined or anything. You just thought it was. Yeah,
I wanted to be a manager so bad. So, yeah, and my first organization I ever worked for was Mid-Continental Wrestling for a guy named Dale Mann. God bless him. He's no longer with us. Great guy. I kept saying, I used to manage before. I was only 14, 15 years old. Wow. I looked older, and I looked like I was 18, 19. I said, I've managed many times. So he put me out there to manage a guy. I didn't have an effing clue what I was doing. The referee leaned through the ropes. There was a guy named Joey Cagle who was the good guy. He said, the referee says, all right, when Cagle hits the ropes on your side, trip him. And he was calling a spot to start the heat. Well, I didn't know. I said, I ain't doing that. He'll beat the S-H-I-T out of me. I'm not doing that. No. He hit the ropes on my side. I stepped way back. I didn't trip him. He took the bump anyway, expecting it. Everybody in the audience went, boo, bulls, crap, whatever. And that's when I realized that the business was predetermined. That's when Dale Mann sent me to Guido to learn the business. So Guido put me to work on his farm. I was putting up the ring in all his towns, but he taught me to manage. He taught me to referee. He taught me the business. And I moved on from that. And my first territory after that was Kansas City. And that's when things really started rocking and rolling. All I ever wanted to do was be in Memphis. That was the big time to me, because that's before WWE took off over the world. All I ever wanted to do was be in Memphis. That's where all my family and everything, I wanted to be in Memphis. So it took a while, but I made it there. And that's what started my...
Memphis, Jerry Lawler, that's where he was down there. He's known. Jerry Lawler's big time down there.
Right.
How did you though get into the WWE? How did you get your door through?
I'll tell you what, and there's no laid out thing that I can say, here's how you do it. Everybody's different for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a long process. It's a long story. If you got to 4 a.m, I'm saying it was just, I'll shorten it up. At that point, if you remember, WWE was manager heavy. They wanted managers. They had Bobby Heenan, Mr. Fuji, Sherry Martel, John Tolos, the coach, Lanny Poffo, the genius,
Jimmy Hart. I mean, there was Freddie Blassie, Albano were still. There was a lot of managers, and they wanted another one. So Sid had just started up there, and he had mentioned to them about me. At that point, I was already in the business like 10, 11 years. Yeah. So everybody knew me. And not to brag on myself, to be honest, I always got along with everyone. Yes. I never had a bad experience with anybody. Everybody, oh yeah, we like Bruno this, Bruno that. And then Howard Finkel knew who I was, because he was the one who was in charge of looking at all the other territories. So they brought me up for a tryout. They liked what they seen. And now, 37 years later, I'm still with the company. So, but that's how it all started. Sid talked to them. They got me a tryout. Evidently, they were happy with it. And I'm still part of the greatest major league company in the world. I'm proud every day about it. Yeah, I got a picture here of you and Sid right here. I'm going to pull up right here. You and Sid. And you can see that right there. Sid brought you in. Now, he just got nominated. He's in the Hall of Fame now, Sid.
Right.
He just got put in. His son Gunnar was a little bit upset though, because it seemed like Dennis Rodman and stuff got a little bit more, I guess, spotlight. And Sid was a great talent. He was right. You two were best friends, weren't you guys? You guys were good friends
for many years. I'm the one that gave Sid his first, or got Sid his first full-time job in the business. We were very close. Yeah, I know Gunnar was upset, and who am I to comment on what Gunnar feels? I love Gunnar. I've known him since he was born. Yeah. So I'll leave that one to Gunnar if he's ever on the podcast or whatever. But I mean, he's, but yeah, what happened was I was on my second run in Kansas City in 1987, and business wasn't doing real well. I love that territory, but business just wasn't doing well. I wasn't making a whole lot of money. So I was ready to come back to Memphis, back home. I had to pay 2 rents, whatever. But there just wasn't it wasn't the time I went, right? Business was pretty much down in Memphis at that time. Yeah. Robert Fuller was booking and part owner of the Alabama territory, the old Continental territory. And he said, Bruno, and I talked to him on the phone. I said, damn, Rob, I'm just not doing real good in Kansas City. Man, I'm thinking about going back to Memphis, but business is down there. He goes, man, why don't you come down here and work for us? He goes, but I need you to find somebody for me. He goes, I want to do the Lord Humongous gimmick, with the hockey mask and the leather straps and the, Mad Max thing. And he goes, do you know anybody that can fit that gimmick? He goes, and if you do, I'll give you a starting date. You can give Bob Goggle your notice. Well, I thought of Sid. He was green as grass, but especially back then when he was in his mid-20s, oh my God! I mean, you've seen how he looks. He was tremendous. And I said, Robert, he's real green though. He goes, well, it don't matter. He don't have to be. We'll put him with guys that'll make him look good and teach him how to work. He says, people just have to bounce off of him. He just stay, So it was perfect gimmick for a new guy that looked fantastic. So back then there was no cell phones or nothing. So I had to track him down. I'm making calls and whatnot. I found out he was doing construction for a guy. I called the construction company and I gave them my number to call me at the hotel I was staying at in Blue Springs, Missouri, which is, Kansas City suburb. Long story short, we finally touched base and got a starting date in Alabama. I gave my notice to Bob Goggle. I worked it out. 2-week notice, 1 week buffer time. And then we started in Alabama. We started in Gadsden, Alabama that night when we started. And Sid's career took off from there.
Yep, 100%. I want to bring up actually, being from New Jersey, I knew Gorilla Monsoon. He lived here in New Jersey. His son, Joey, obviously tragic accident. And you were in the car with him in July of 1994, I believe it was. And he was coming, I think, from Ocean City, Maryland, I believe, to Newark.
Exactly.
To Newark.
I was actually went to Joey and Gino's grave about 6 months ago for the first time since, yes. Yeah, I'm telling you, you can't go back and second guess nothing, okay? I was through that night. I was in the opening match, or maybe the second match. I was done. It was July 4th, 1994. And Joey's like, man, I got no way back to Newark. I couldn't get a rent-a-car. They're all sold out because of the holiday, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm done now. I don't want to, man, I ain't got no way back. But I waited around all night for him. And he goes, oh, dude, man, I'll drive. Just thank you for waiting for me. I'll drive. So I put my seat back, put my seatbelt on, went to sleep because I was exhausted.
Yeah.
Well, obviously he was too. And,
tragic.
Yeah. It was the most terrifying experience ever. And it changed my whole life. Yeah. I mean, for real. I mean, boom, bam. And I'm like, what the F? I was asleep and the car's bouncing and I didn't know what was happening. I had no idea. I remember saying, oh, Jesus, please take me to heaven. I remember saying that. Wow. The car finally came to a stop. I reached over and somehow cut the ignition off. And it was dead silent. And I finally said, Joe, you're dead, ain't you? I mean, I really said it like in a calm manner. I couldn't, without my glasses, I couldn't tell the difference between you or, Andre the Giant. I can't say, well, God took my glasses off of me in this. I always have a spare pair in my suitcase because if somebody has my glasses, I mean, I'm helpless without them. So wow. I couldn't see nothing.
Wow.
God took them away from me because apparently Joey's head was completely, let's just say, compromised. And
oh my God.
So, yeah, and there was a smell, a stench that I've never smelled before. It was obviously the smell of death. I mean, I hate to be graphic. Yeah, so.
It changed the business, too, because I know Gorilla Monsoon, from that point on, said that when you check into a place, you had to call the office and check in to make sure you arrived safely, apparently. They changed the rules a little bit.
Yeah, things changed for a while, but then later things were it's a long story. Yeah, but it's that was horrific. But
yeah,
Joey would have been like 62 or 63 years old. Let's see, he was 31, 41. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because he was a couple years older than me. So
yeah,
but
pretty sad. Other people, I had Steve Lombardi on here. And I've interviewed Steve Lombardi, friend.
We're best friends, yes.
Yeah, you were with him with Kamala with Kimchi, correct?
Correct.
Yes, nice guy. He always says nice things about you.
And likewise, we're best friends. It's he's one of the only people in my life, except for people right here at home, that I talk to almost every day. I mean, for real, almost every day. We're very close.
Mm-hmm. Giant Gonzalez, you also managed.
I love that guy. It was a tragedy.
He wasn't a great worker.
Oh my God, he was better than Shawn Michaels. I'm only kidding. No, he was. Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't supposed to be a great worker. It's like the Sid thing we're talking about. But Sid could be trained and came along. Mm-hmm. Gonzalez nothing against him because he's my dear, dear friend, but he just didn't have the ability. He was strictly a sideshow, let's just say. You know what I mean? It's just and what happened was he didn't blow his money or anything. He wasn't on drugs or nothing like that. What it was, in Argentina, where he was from, the economy crashed. The money became worthless down there. He became in poverty, destitute. I ended up sending him money on a week-to-week basis. Not huge money, because I'm not rich by any means, but 100 here, 50 there, 200 there, just to help him get by. And I had the American money cash. I used to send him Sports Illustrated magazine or whatever and slip it in there. So, because if it was just cash and envelope, damn well it would have never made it to him. And that's basically how I helped him survive up until I finally lost contact with him. And I pretty much knew what happened. And whatever phone number I had on him was, it's hard to call overseas anyway. Yes. But he was a great guy. Yep. He was a very, I have nothing but positive things to say about him.
Yeah. The Harvey Wippleman gimmick, how'd you come up with that character? It's like a Pee Wee Herman type of character. How'd you come up with that?
I didn't. Once you get to WWE, it's like, yeah, we know all you did all the years. That's okay. Just relax. We got it all figured out. Come on over here. We got it. Yeah, but what about, oh, no, that was great. But no, we got it all figured out. So I didn't come up with that because even Hulk Hogan told me, he goes, you should have been Downtown Bruno, And instead, I want everybody to understand this. This is not a racist statement or anti-Semitic. I'm not a racist by any means. You can tell I'm not Jewish. Harvey Wippleman is obviously Jewish. So, I have nothing against Jewish. I love Jewish, but I'm not. You know what I mean? It's like, what if they wanted me to be an African American? Well, I can't. I'm not that. The same thing. And now I got to ask you, Zapata, are you a Boricua?
I'm a Puerto Rican and Italian.
Okay. Boricua means Puerto Rican, right? Yeah,
correct. 100%.
That's what Juan Rivera, Quang used to, that's where I learned that.
Yeah, Sabio Vega.
Yeah, great guy.
I had him on last week. I had him on. He was on the show with me.
Oh, super guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. Did you have any sort of freedom with your character when you became Harvey Wippleman?
Unfortunately, no.
No.
And to be honest with you, I could have got over a lot more if I did. But at that point, you had people that were that used to write for Days of Our Lives or whatever, tell you what to do. I don't care. It's like you're on financial Novocaine. Just whatever you want to do, that's fine. I don't care. I'm very happy with my career. I wish I would have had, like you said, more freedom to get over. I guarantee I could have drew money.
Yep.
I was a sideshow, and I have no problem with that. But if you look back at my stuff from Memphis and Kansas City, Louisiana, Alabama, Hawaii, whatever, I had a lot more to offer. But at that point, that wasn't what they had in mind, and they're the ones paying me. Hey, I can paint your house real good blue, but if you want it painted brown, and you're the one paying me, even though I think brown is not going to look that good, that's what you want. By God, give me that bucket of brown latex. Let's go to work. So,
100%. Downtown Bruno, that's a great name. You should have been. And you actually, I saw the Young Rock series, and you were highlighted in that series really well. You and The Rock, you helped him as a young boy. I actually have a picture here of you and The Rock I'm going to put up here. You can see this right here. I'm going to put this picture.
That was taken right here in Walls, Mississippi, right up the street.
Really? Right up the street here?
Yeah, that was right up the street. I mean, I was up in Lakeview where I basically grew up. When I say right up the street, it's about 1 mile north of where I'm sitting right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's
someone I wish I get to work out with him or interview him one day, but he's such a great guy. He's the biggest star in the world. How is your relationship with The Rock?
Oh my God, we stay in touch on a regular basis. We're not friends. We're family. He's my brother.
Wow.
His mother is my second mother. Rocky Johnson was a father figure to me. I owe Rocky Johnson immeasurably. I can't even tell you. Dwayne has just given me more than I can imagine in life, and I don't mean just
financial
goods. Yes. I'm talking about just being there for me. Knowing the biggest star in the world.
Yep.
Is my brother, and we stay in touch. And whenever we had that bad winter episode here back in January in Mississippi, where all the power was out, most of the places, thank God I never lost power, but all the power was out. The streets were undrivable, and it was just horrible. Pipes were breaking, plumbing was going out. He was like, Bruno, get to a hotel. Is there a hotel that's got a restaurant? I said, there's a Hilton not far from here. He goes, get to the Hilton. He goes, I strongly recommend it. And he was like, do you need me to send them payment, have my people pay it? I wouldn't allow it. I said, no, I can get there. I drove in the daytime like 5 miles an hour, on ice and snow. And I never lost power at my house, but I lost water. I lost plumbing. I had to get plumbers to fix things. It was awful. But he was so concerned about me. And I got to the Hilton because that was the only hotel I could get to that had a restaurant in it where I could eat. Whatever. Yeah. There was a Walmart right next door to it I could walk to. I bought TV dinners and stuff over there, and I bought a case of beer. I like to, as you can tell, I drink my beer at night because at the Hilton, it was like $8 a beer. Well, I'll drink 15, 20 beers a night. I would have been in poverty right now. So, but he was like, is there anything I can do to, help? No, I just thank you for caring. That's all we're family. I can't, he's one of him and Lawler and Brooklyn Brawler are the people I'm closest to in the wrestling business.
Yeah. On the show, the Young Rock series, The Rock lived with you, correct? For a period of time, right?
Yeah. Well, I always say this, you're not incorrect, but I always say, no, he didn't live with me. We lived together.
Oh, lived together.
Okay. We lived together on 2 separate occasions.
Okay.
Back when he was a teenager and when he first broke in the business. Mm-hmm. Living with me means he was a renter or a tenant. We're family. We live together. It just so happens the home was mine. But that's beside the point. We live together. If he came right now, which I cannot imagine, but if he came right now and said you need a place to stay, I'd say, come on in. You can stay here the rest of your life. And that's how it is. We live together.
Yeah. He said he's quoted as saying that you were the GOAT to him as far as one of the greatest friends and influences on his life. That's what he said.
That makes me feel good. Yes. And that makes me feel good. I mean, I'm just crazy about him. He's been, and I wouldn't say nothing different if he never made it past Memphis Wrestling as Flex Cavana. Mm-hmm. If he was over here in DeSoto County, Mississippi, working at the Home Depot, I would say the same thing about him. He'd be welcome here till the day he died,
Mm-hmm. And mm-hmm. Now, people don't realize you were actually the first women's champion as a man.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. Nowadays, and I'm not getting on either side. I don't get political or whatever, but let's be truthful. The big thing nowadays, everybody talks about transgender athletes and blah, 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 whatever. Caitlyn Jenner and this one here that was swimming and this one here that was playing volleyball, blah, blah, blah. This son of a bitch right here was the first transgender champion in any sport, whether it's predetermined or legitimate, right here. Yep. DeSoto County, Mississippi, downtown, good-looking Bruno.
Harvina. You were Harvina.
Yeah, Harvina, yes.
And then you also had a tuxedo match with Howard Finkel. That must have been fun. You and Howard, huh? Monday Night Raw.
Put it like this here, and I loved Howard dearly. That match with him, I've been in easier bar fights. I mean, it was like a joke because I was a great guy. I love him, but he couldn't work, but they got me out there with him. Mm-hmm. We had done, that wasn't just the only one. We had them all over the place. Finally, we was in Madison Square Garden one night, semi-main event. Howard against me in a tuxedo match. And Vince laid out the match, and he told Howard, okay, you're going over, which means you're winning, the match. Howard goes to the ring with the Hulk Hogan music, blah, 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 everything. And Vince getting ready to send me to the ring. He goes, change my mind. You're going over, but don't tell Howard. I said, oh, my God. So Howard's fighting like hell to win. I won't let him beat me. And I can't get it. Not that Howard's this big, tough guy, but he knew he was supposed to win. And he wasn't going for nothing else. Finally, I stomped him in the head. Not hard, not to hurt him, but it just doesn't sell. I said, stay down. And that's what we had to, and he listened to me, thank God, because what a joke. I know they were laughing their butt off in the back because I couldn't beat Howard because he knew he wasn't supposed to go, Oh
my God. In wrestling, who is your Mountain Rushmore of favorite wrestlers that you enjoyed watching?
Well, it's funny. There's so many.
There are a lot. There's a lot.
I've had a lot of people ask me that on podcasts, even in person. So I'm going to say this. I can't give you a Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. I got a lot that I think are great.
Okay.
I can give you the Mount Rushmore of managers.
Okay, go ahead. Let's do that.
Yeah. 3 H's and a C. One of the H's is not Harvey.
Okay. Heenan?
Heyman, Heenan, Hart, Jimmy Hart, and Jim Cornette.
Jim Cornette's really good. Yeah, that's a good one.
And a lot of people expect me to say myself. No, I'm happy to be in the shadow of those guys. Me and Heyman know each other since '87, so that's 39 years. And we used to hate each other. Not hatred, but like we were trying to, two young guys trying to get a position. And I had mine, and he had his, and he still has his. Yep. He deserves everything he's accomplished, and is still accomplishing. Jimmy Hart laid out the groundwork for little guys like myself. Heenan, I mean, come on. You can't say anything but that he was, without a doubt. You talk about Mount Rushmore, he's the one on top of it, but he was the best manager of all time. And there was a whole lot of crappy managers over the years, a whole lot of them. And I'm not going to downgrade anybody by throwing their names out there, but let's just face it. There was a lot that had no business being a manager.
100%. I agree with you 100% on that. Some of them did, some of them didn't. Looking back at your career, what were you most proud of?
Honestly, a lot of people expect me to say the standard answer. Oh, when I was in WrestleMania, or when I did this. What I was most proud of, I'm trying to think how to put it. When I came back to Memphis, it's before WWF. Okay. I came back to Memphis. I was babyface. My first time as a good guy. I bought my house saying my expression. It's like Mama says, it bees that way sometimes. Okay. So I always said it as a heel. Always. That was my thing. It's like Mama says, it bees that way sometimes. Well, I came back as a good guy. And I was getting over pretty good. And I stood in front of the whole audience at Mid-South Coliseum, had the microphone. It's like Mama says. The entire audience finished it for me.
Wow. That
right there was the most proudest. It brought tears to my eyes.
Wow.
I said, I'm over. Now, to this day, when I do appearances around Memphis, when I say it, everybody pops. That's my thing. It's like, and I'll be the first to admit, before anybody types in, oh, he got that from Iceman Parsons. You're damn right I did. I would manage Iceman in the Louisiana territory back in the 80s. And that was what he used to say. And I loved it. And yeah, I loved him, and I loved that saying. And I brought that saying home with me. And yeah, I give Iceman credit, but that was my catchphrase. And it bought me a house. Wasn't a bad thing. It was a trailer house in Lakeview, Mississippi, in Walls. But you know what? It's like Mama says, it be that way sometimes.
Did you prefer being a heel or babyface?
Back years ago, I preferred being a heel. But like now, when I do appearances, and occasionally I'll do special referee thing. Oh, I'm a babyface 100%. I don't want to be a heel no more. Every now and then I'll be at some promotion. They'll send me out to the ring with somebody. So I made a decision. And I told one of the guys that books me, I'll do this heel thing one more time. Mm-hmm. I don't know when, but that's it. And that's never going to be around Memphis. It'll be up north or somewhere. I just don't want to do it no more. I do the ha-ha referee where I get out there and the heel has the babyface covered. I'll be like waving to the audience or taking a stone out of my shoe. And he'll say, hey, count faster. About that time, the babyface will roll him up and I'll count real fast. That's what I want to do now. It gets over. Nobody else is doing it. That's my thing. Mm-hmm. I don't want years ago. Yeah, I was a good heel. I knew how to get heat. But what happened was, as the business changed, that's what we were talking about WWE earlier. Mm-hmm. They were more shifting towards entertainment than heat. I mean, I could have got heat to the point, which I did over the years, where people were like, I was having to be escorted by police out of the arena and sometimes out of the parking lot. But WWE was more geared towards entertainment. So, but yeah, back in the day, let me tell you, I had heat to the point where, well, they even said it on Young Rock. Like when I came out, my tires were flat and everything. Yep. And that was, I mean, the Young Rock was true enough a dramedy, but a lot of those things were true. I didn't cook eggs on the toilet. They made that up. I don't care. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, it was.
But the stuff about the heat, that was true.
Wow. Your character had a lot of comedic elements to it. Was that natural? Because you got a personality. You're really, was that natural being a comedy and stuff? Your character?
Oh, sure. I mean, one thing about me, I ain't shy. I'm not shy, and I try to always have a good, happy attitude. I try to, I have a good time. I still stay in touch with most of the cast from Young Rock. We all became really close friends. I learned a lot about the Hollywood acting business, which I didn't know before. Like a lot of these guys, they're only as good as their next gig. They don't get money all the time. When the Hollywood writers and all them went on strike and the actors went on strike, these guys were screwed. Mm-hmm. They weren't getting money. They were screwed. And to this day, the person I despise is Fran Drescher, who was the head of the Screen Actors Guild and told all the actors, go on strike, just go on strike. They're all out of money, not getting nothing. It cost me my fee for being executive consultant on Young Rock. Me and Chavo Guerrero were the wrestling consultant. Wow. My check stopped. All the actors' checks stopped. Wow. And she flew up to the Cannes Film Festival on a Learjet. So as far as I'm concerned, she can.
Yep.
Words I don't even want to say. But she cost a lot of people a lot of money. I got my wrestling money coming in. These actors didn't have anything but, at that time, Young Rock coming in. And she caused it. It wasn't canceled because of lack of ratings or something. It was canceled because of the strike.
Yeah, it was a great show. I'm actually friends with Brett Azar. He lives in Jersey here. He's
a great guy.
He played the Sheik. Brett Azar? Yeah, he played the Sheik. He lives over here in Jersey. Great guy. And like I said, he also financially got hurt with that when The Rock went off. Obviously he was an actor. So
yes.
I know what you were going. I know what you were saying was going through. Yes, but he's a great guy.
No, he is a great guy. Yes, he had a health issue, and I actually, helped him out a little bit on that. Mm-hmm. When I say a little bit, it wasn't no huge amount, but I'm not rich. But I needed to contribute something.
Yeah. Did you?
Great guy.
Yeah, great guy. Did you prefer being a manager, or did you want to take bumps?
No, I prefer being a manager. I mean, I was always a working manager, which means I took a lot of bumps and everything. That's why my back and everything is screwed up, because there was no mats on the floor back in the old Memphis days and Alabama. And as a manager, I took 90% of my bumps from the apron to the floor, to the hard concrete or wood floor. So, and again, my hardest thing in my day is when I wake up to put my socks on. It's not easy sometimes. No. Sometimes, literally, I got to pour powder on my feet so they'll slide up, because that is literally the hardest part of my day, putting my socks on. But you know what? If that's the worst thing I got to complain about, like some people that are in wheelchairs or on walkers or whatever, so diabetic or on what's the thing when you're the liver, the kidney, the dialysis, whatever. Yeah. I'm very lucky. I'll be 61 this year. I'm out on my property every day when it's not cold and wintry, and eat well. I exercise every day. I walk a mile every day, sometimes 2 miles. And I don't smoke. I don't use drugs or narcotics. My only vice is the beer relaxing because I won't take pills. Even when I had my neck surgery, when I had my hernia surgery, we'll give you these pills and keep them. Oh, it's just a mild opioid. I don't want it. I drink my beer at night and that relaxes my body. I'm not taking pills. Never.
Yeah, 100%. Did you like getting cut? Did you get color at all? Did you ever cut yourself? You ever get color?
Oh, yeah, look at my head.
Let me see that. Oh, yeah, you got some color a couple times, huh?
More than a couple.
Is it tough to do?
It was easy for me. It was nothing, that didn't bother me a bit.
No.
My main thing was I'm going to get my own color. Some guys would have like the guy do it. No. The only one, the time that I ever had somebody put color on me, that the sideways one that Bill Dundee did to me in Memphis one night. Ooh. Because they did a thing where somebody hit me and I fell off thing and he was come over to you, it was supposed to. It ain't like he did it on his own, but he did it like that. That's why I got that crooked one there because I tried to make it up and down. I never did it side to side because there's that big vein that runs down the middle. I didn't want to rupture it. So I was always very careful. I did not want to bleed out,
Yeah, 100%. We don't have a lot of managers today's wrestling. There's not a lot of managers in today's wrestling, though. That's what we're missing, I think.
Well, that's one thing. But the other thing is, and I'll tell you what, unfortunately, there's no territories.
No,
so
territories, yeah.
Where are you going to get guys that know what they're doing? And I learned from the best all through the years. I worked with everybody. And how's a guy to learn how to be a manager when there's no territories to do it every single day, It's a shame. And what Vince did for the business was tremendous because look what WWE has become. It is inarguably the NFL. It's the Major League Baseball. It's the NHL, whatever. It's the NBA. It is the standard. Okay. But I had this conversation with Vince personally one day. I was always very good friends with him. We spent a lot of time riding in the car together. And the thing is, Vince was a victim of his own success. He had all these territories to get talent from. But when he started getting all the main talent for these territories, then starting taking away their TVs and everything, and they were just trying to survive on undercard. And before you know it, they were all out of business because Vince had all the top guys and all the TVs. Okay, my point is that's why there's no managers. There's no place to learn from. Now, it's like the old thing. Now think about this. If there was an orchard here in my neighborhood and I went and I took all the oranges, they were good oranges, I took them all. Then I went to the apple part, took all the apples. Then I went to the bananas, took all the bananas, took all the best fruit, right? And then I went and cut down all the trees. There's no more going to grow.
Correct.
So I got all the great fruit, but now I don't get no more.
Yeah, that's 100% right. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
What was your favorite stadium to wrestle at? Did you have a arena that you enjoyed going to?
Yeah, honestly, the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, because that's our Madison Square Garden, Mid-South Coliseum without a doubt.
Okay.
But as far as places I travel to, not necessarily the arenas or whatever, and you're going to laugh at this, but this is God's honest truth. My favorite place to go to, and sometimes when I'm up in that area, I'll go a day or two early just to go to Newark. I love Newark.
Okay.
I'm not joking. Let me say Newark. Yeah. I've been married twice, been divorced twice. Both of my honeymoons, I took my wives to Newark.
Wow.
I swear to God, there's a place, well, since you're from that area, Elizabeth, New Jersey. They got that shopping area. I go to Bargain Man, and I go to all the stores up and down Elizabeth Avenue and Broad Street in Elizabeth. Yeah, I just love it when it's Christmas time. They have all the lights and everything, and in the spring and summer, it's just beautiful. Everybody's walking around. I'm the only one there that speaks English. I just love it. And then they got this big Jersey Gardens Mall now over there near the airport. I just love walking around in there because malls are not prevalent no more, but that one is doing great. I love it. I really, of all the places I go, anytime I'm up north, I'd go a day or two early, and I'd go hang out in Elizabeth and Newark. I'm not even kidding. I love it there.
Yeah, it's great, And you're going to be up here May 18th for the wrestling con that's going to be up here in.
Is it the 18th or the 16th?
Let me see. Is it 16th or 18th? I think it's.
See, I got my book. It's the 16th.
16th. Sorry, 16th. Yes, I'm sorry. 16th.
Yeah, we don't want to mess that up for Tommy Fierro. It's
Tommy.
May 16th.
I know Tommy. Tommy.
Great guy.
Yeah, he's got the wrestling store.
Yeah, I've been to that. I did an appearance there.
Yes. I think. How long ago was that? I remember you were there not too long ago.
No, it was. Well, I mean, I'm the world's worst at that, but it had to be at least 4 years ago or something. I mean, it was something like that. A guy named Nick Massey hooked that up.
Yeah. He always had people over there. He just had Chris Van Vliet. He just had Eugene was over there. A lot of wrestlers always go over there. It's really
there used to be another wrestling store over in Queens. I don't think it's there no more. The Wrestling Universe.
No, it's not there anymore. No,
that's too bad because I had a good time there. There was a diner right on the corner. I would take a break, go down there and eat, and come back, and it was. I'll never forget it. We were there one evening. We were in there signing and talking. All of a sudden, you heard this big collision right at the corner. Bam! People screaming and hollering. I ran out. A guy was on a moped, got hit by a guy in a box truck. The guy's leg was bent sideways. He was screaming in agony. I said, "Oh my God! Call somebody." I said, "I don't know who to call. I'm from Mississippi. I don't know." Somebody finally called. Them ambulance people came. They gave him some kind of shot that knocked him out. That had to be the most agonizing pain. I mean, I didn't know what to do. There's nothing I could do. I don't have any medical expertise.
No,
but it was. I mean, it has nothing to do with our conversation. I'm just saying it comes to mind. I'll never forget that.
How did you get hooked up managing Bertha Faye? That was kind of weird.
If you find out, let me know. Then we'll both know.
Yeah, that was the only thing I was like, but she was the only thing that was different. I don't know why you managed her.
It kept me a paycheck because I was still a manager then. But Medusa will probably tell you.
Yeah, she'll probably tell you.
But I love her.
Yeah, she's nice.
Bertha Faye stayed drunk all the time, and half the matches, Medusa would just chase me around the ring because Bertha Faye was too damn screwed up in the head to have a decent match. And God bless her, she's dead. God bless her. But I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not going to sit here and talk good about somebody just because they passed away. I mean, you'll never hear me say a good word about Vader ever, ever.
Really?
So,
was he a bully? I heard he was a bully. Vader.
He was a bully. He was a liar. And God bless him. I hope he's in a better place. I mean, if he was still living, I would say more because I've done podcasts when he's still living. Yeah. I'm a firm believer that a person should have the right to confront their accuser. He's not in a position to come back and say, well, I'm sorry, or Bruno, you're wrong, whatever. But just I have zero positive things to say about him other than, and I will say this in all sincerity, I'm sorry he's passed away. God bless him. I hope he found peace. I hope he didn't suffer. And God bless his family. I don't wish anybody did, unless you're a child molester, or whatever, which he wasn't. Please, people, understand. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, unless you're just an evil, rapist, killer, whatever. I don't wish anybody did. I certainly am not happy that he's dead, but my dealings with him, he was not a good person. I have to I can't lie.
Yeah, I'm friends with Travis Orndorff, who is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff's son, Travis.
Right.
And I talk to Travis regularly, and he tells me, him and Paul had a big fist fight in the locker room. And
I heard.
And Paul beat the shit out of him. But Vader tells a different story all the time, and it's not true. And, Travis is he's a religious man, and he's a religious man. He's a Christian. And he says, I don't like to say anything bad about Vader, but same thing. He lies.
Right. Well, please tell Travis Orndorff, I never met him, but tell him that I said the same thing. Feel free to pass my phone number to him. I had met Paul when he was in Memphis years and years and years ago. Years ago, when I was first getting started. To me, he was one of the greatest of all time. No ifs, ands, buts, or maybes.
Wow.
Him. No, it's funny. You mentioned earlier about the Mount Rushmore. I can't name 4 guys, but I will say some of the guys that I think are the greatest of all time. Okay. Paul Orndorff, Jerry the King Lawler, Rocky Johnson, Jimmy Snuka, Dick Murdoch, Dusty Rhodes, the Magnificent Morocco.
Yeah.
To me, that's my one, not regret, because it's not something I screwed up, but my disappointment that I never got to manage Morocco. I think him and Lawler could have did record business if Morocco would have came to Memphis.
Did you get ever work or talk with Hulk Hogan?
I loved Hogan. Oh my God. Absolutely loved him. We talked many times. We got along tremendous.
Yeah.
Oh, I have nothing but positive affirmations about him. I was one of the select honored few that was invited to his, personal funeral.
Yes.
Invitation list. But it was they did it so quickly, I couldn't make it.
Okay.
They didn't want it to become a media circus. Yeah. So he died on X day, and the service was like Y or Z. And there's no way I could have made it from Mississippi to Central Florida that quick. And his son and all them understood that. It wasn't a slight, but I just couldn't get there. And they knew it, but I sent the arrangement and the whole bit.
Wow. That's really, it was a shame he died. He was one of my favorites. He was my childhood hero, Hulk Hogan. I loved him.
I can't tell with that shirt you got on. I don't know.
Man, I was a Hulkamaniac, man. I was a Hulkamaniac.
I'll have to show off my shirt. It's a EPW Wrestling. It's an organization out of Boonville, Mississippi, run by a great guy named Neil Taylor. And I work there about once every other month. I'm actually the chairman of the board of that organization, TV-wise, you know what I mean. But I just want everybody to look up EPW Wrestling on Google or Facebook or whatever.
Okay.
He's a great guy. It's a great promotion. I also work for a promotion called Pro Wrestling Mid-South out of Dyersburg, Tennessee. I urge everybody to look that up as well. Just 2 great promotions right here in the vicinity where I'm from. And I think people will enjoy that. They have matches on the YouTube. And I have no social media other than my friend Dan Matthews has a Facebook page called Downtown Bruno Bookings and Appearances. It's strictly, when I do an appearance or whatever, I send it to him and he shows it. And if anybody wants to book me for a podcast, for a event, a signing, what have you, go to Downtown Bruno Bookings and Appearances on Facebook. My friend Dan will facilitate it. If we can work out a business, then that's the best way to reach out to me. Downtown Bruno Bookings and Appearances.
Yep. Do you still have your Harvey Wippleman suit? Can you fit into it?
No, I'm a big fat boy. No, I don't even have it anymore. I don't know what the hell happened to it. I probably donated to charity. No, don't even get me started. All the stuff I had, I either donated it, gave it away, or threw it away. And here comes, conventions and people are buying. Well, hell did I know? Every effing night, Hogan would rip his shirt and throw it in my face. I would put it in my doctor bag. I must have had 40 ring-worn Hulk Hogan ripped shirts.
Wow. You know how much money that is?
90s. One guy, Ken Pavlidenti, told me I could have bought a house with them.
Yeah.
Instead, I brought him home and washed my windows with him and threw them out. And, I had the same thing with the Roddy Piper shirts. And gave them away. Wow. But I didn't have ESP that this convention thing was going to be a thing. That's why I'm not a multimillionaire. I'm just a multi-thousandaire.
Yeah, because I go to these conventions and I'm there. The fans are paying a lot of money for this stuff. A lot of money. Big stuff. Tens, thousands. If you had any,
do you mind if I go get a rope and hang myself while we're talking? That'll give you some ratings.
Yeah, I know. Those conventions are. So you have no memorabilia, huh? Nothing for the Harvey days. Nothing, huh?
I really don't. Whatever I did have left over, I sold that because I don't want. I'm not sentimental. I'm in the business because it's how I pay my bills. I don't give a shit about. I have very few things that I keep. I've got things from Dwayne that I wouldn't sell no matter what.
Yeah.
I've got things from WWE that they gave to me, like cards thanking me for being a legend or whatever. I wouldn't sell for nothing. But the rest of this crap, I don't give a shit about. I mean, excuse my French, but it's just wrestling. I cut grass at my property. What am I going to do? I'm not selling you that lawnmower. I used that to cut my special grass. You want to buy it for more than I paid for it? Buy it. I'll buy a new one. I don't give a.
Yeah. You came back as Harvey in the gimmick battle royal, I believe, right?
That was my last WrestleMania. That was number 17. Number 17. My first WrestleMania was 8.
Yes.
So I was main event in 8. I was second from the top in 9. I was third from the bottom in 10. Then I was done. And then 17, I was one of the has-beens.
No, but WrestleMania, I mean, those are big events. They're great events. They crazy, man.
Oh, no complaints. I mean, how many people can say they were ever involved in the main event in WrestleMania? Second from the top. Actually, involved Undertaker and Gonzalez is arguably the worst WrestleMania match in history. And I was part of that. But I was also part of the fact that that's the first time Undertaker won a WrestleMania match, not via pinfall.
Wow, that's crazy.
So,
wow,
this guy. Did
you ever work with Ric Flair? Ric Flair? Or no?
Vaguely.
Okay.
For a while in the house shows, it was Flair and Sid against Hogan and Piper, main event, all over the loop. And, but I mean, I was at ringside, but I had no real involvement in the match. But I like Flair. I've never had a problem with him. He's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guy, man. Well, I want to thank you for your time. You've been nothing but great. We should get together again. I'm going to see you the 16th. I'm going to run over, give you a big hug. I'm going to see you over here in Parsippany, New Jersey on the 16th.
I think we said it was the 13th.
No, 16th, I think. May 16th. Or by 13th? 16th, I thought.
16th. I'm sorry. Now I'm screwed up.
See?
May that. Look.
There it is. Yep.
Wait a minute. I get this all backwards. There you go. Fierro, New Jersey. Yeah, 16th. 16th. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm a fool.
Come to the comic, the 80s Wrestling Con. You get to meet Harvey Wippleman, Downtown Bruno himself, get an autographed picture. He's an awesome dude. So we're going to see you in Parsippany, New Jersey. I'm going to give Travis Orndorff your number, if you don't mind.
No, I don't. I actually want you to. Please.
Okay, I will.
Please do. And I'm up to, it's only 8:38 here. I'm up till like 11 my time. If he wants to give me a buzz, that'd be great.
Okay, I definitely will. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to touch base with you soon. Thank you. I love you.
Yes, keep my number. You're a good guy. I can't wait to meet you. Keep my number. And let me close with this. Everybody, it's like Mama says, it bees that way sometimes.
Sometimes. That's the way, brother.
Started from nothing. Jersey streets, we owned it. Jay-Z pumping iron. Bodybuilder Cody. Beans on the course.